everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. I still need my ears. Those are in the closet. And then I'm not wearing this properly. I need to go back to sleeves class. Figure out how to do sleeves. And then, here we go. A little tiny bit more light here. Let's get settled in. Comfy. I'm reaching a point in my season where I don't think I necessarily need to have my feet in the foot heater anymore, but like I've gotten so used to doing it that I'm wondering if I'm like trained into it. So it's like I'm like itchy to turn it on even though I feel like my feet are fine. Hello, hi everyone. Hi everybody. How did the house viewing go? It was good. We actually lucked out. We're able to see a couple of properties. We only expected to be able to see one, but our realtor was able to get us into a couple of other listings that were nearby, that were vacant. So that was good. We learned some stuff. We learned some stuff yesterday. It was such a long day. It was a far drive, which is something to think about. And it was here. What do I want to start with here? I think I picked up his list. I did turn in his list, didn't I? I did turn in his list. I meant to turn in his list. I'll go see if he has a list. It was a long drive, and then it was a bunch of poking around between a bunch of stuff. Any of them good? I'm sure there are all houses in which people can live. I don't foresee myself living in any of them, but also when I do find the house, I'm probably gonna say that because I'm gonna be kind of fuzzy about timelines and stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it's a tough market. You have like no time to make your decisions. You have so many factors to balance. Everything is so much money. Even like a cheap thing is still so much money. Oh, I did. So I finished it. I didn't turn it. No, I need to do one more. I didn't turn it in because it's not finished yet. He could do a side gig or he could do Sluice or Excavation Site 9. It looks like neither one of those is necessarily... maybe it's Bountiful. I can't tell. I have a Delve quest up that's like marked. Can I untrack my quest objectives? Oh, it is Bountiful. Let's do a Sluice 1 for the sake of my chat list. I feel like now that I'm done... Yeah, this is fine. I don't have to justify. That's good. Nice. But it was good to get out. It was good to poke around, see some new neighborhoods, see some new areas. You know, I have some more direct experience. I don't have to just rely on things that other people that I know that have been to these places can tell me. There's places that I've actually gotten to root around myself a little bit. Oh, it's good. I'm so tired. I'm really sick. I mean, I know I've only been house hunting for like 2 months, but like I'm so over it. We were so close within like the first 2 weeks, and it feels like we're never going to be that close again. But I know that's not how it works. Okay. No replacement for that experience. There really isn't. Sometimes you just got to go somewhere yourself and see how you feel. Oh, I did meet a really cute cat. One of the houses had the cutest cat that was like so sweet. Like we walk in and the cat's like, meow. And then it was like following us around like, you haven't paid the cat tax. Pet me. It was so cute. We didn't even know there was going to be a cat in that listing. And that's like my favorite unexpected part of seeing houses is sometimes they have cats in them, and sometimes those cats are really friendly. Yeah, that's true. There was also a wedding. We use the remote teleporter. I'm pretty sure I did this. Yeah, this is just a 1, so he should be like fast at this. We do need to kill stuff. Make sure we kill stuff. What are y'all doing to chill to manage it? I don't know if we have a management plan. I think we're just trying to keep it together and stay on top of all of our responsibilities. There's also some other stuff going on. It's not just that. It's just one of the things. Oh, I went to yoga this morning. That was good. I couldn't decide if it would be more supportive for me to go or not go, and I ended up going. So I feel really good, but I'm really, really tired. Because yesterday was a huge day, and I've gotten kind of like less sleep than I would like for the last like several nights running. And I'm trying to like make it up in naps, but then I keep having to get up early from said naps because of like other stuff that has to happen. Yoga helps, I would think. Yeah, it's hard because, like, I did a lot of walking on one of these days. Like a more than normal. Like a lot more than normal. And my knees were really feeling it. And I was like, should I, like, stay off them? Or should I just, like, I don't know. I couldn't decide. I just decided to do it anyway. But if parts start giving out, then it is my own fault for pushing them too hard. We feel all right though. You know, left leg, right leg. They still go up and down. It's the core fundamentals of the meat suit. Tried duos yesterday. It was pretty fun. I liked it. Oh, dastardly duos. For some reason, I thought you meant like Hearthstone Battleground duos because I like just finished playing a game of that. I like Hearthstone BG duos a lot. Dastardly duos, I don't really understand the point of. I did my weekly quest and I feel entirely unmotivated to do anything else with it. I could be just misunderstanding the point, but the point was not wildly obvious to me. How did the BG game go? I think we lost. I kind of had to run and like, cause I had to stream. That's why I'm a little bit late, is I had to make it here. I was scaling Ellie's and it was going pretty good, but I think not as good as the build that we were fighting. The only yoga move I can do is when you lay on your stomach, put your elbows forward for your low back. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Met a friendly cat this morning walking home. They did the weaving between my legs thing. I have been blessed by neighborhood spirit. Aww. We used to nickname all of the neighborhood cats because we wouldn't usually know their real name unless they had a collar with their name on it that was like obvious to read without touching it, because I wasn't going to grab a random cat's collar. So most of them we wouldn't know the name and we would just make up a name based on like the energy of the cat. How do we do BG duos? Hearthstone. It's a different game, not World of Warcraft. Hearthstone Battleground duos. You can do Hearthstone Battlegrounds in a 2-player group. It's a pretty fun format. It like crashes sometimes, which is really annoying, but like maybe it's just my internet. I don't know. Every once in a blue moon, not often enough to make me quit, but often enough to make me think about it. You'll just disconnect and have such a hard time reconnecting that you've basically lost your game. I need to kill Geargrave. Geargrave's not over here. Geargrave maybe is over on this side. Good morning, Miss Hazel. Good morning. There's a bug right now that's doing that. I feel like there's always a bug that's doing that, though. Like, I don't know if I can ever remember a period, and maybe it's just because you get used to things working when they're working, but I don't know if I can ever remember a period in Hearthstone Battlegrounds where it was, like, really consistently functional. It's usually good enough to, like, for me to put up with it. It's only ever been so bad that I actually took a break, like, once or twice. But I'd say every, like, 5 to 10 games, something goes pretty seriously wrong. There was one patch a couple patches ago where I used to have to like quit and re-enter like multiple times a game to the point that I wouldn't play any APM comps because you wouldn't have time to do it. Lovely. BG Blitz much this expansion. I'm assuming that's a World of Warcraft thing. Not in the slightest. It sounds like a PvP thing. I won't lie to you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what BG Blitz is. It sounds like a PvP thing. I have not. Even when I did PvP, I was more about the small groups, like the 2v2 and the 3v3. Did the same. We had Derpy, Brutus, Ginger, Grumpy, and the white one called Love Dove. Oh, Love Dove sounds lovely. Hazel, how are you? Got my Switch 2, Mario Karting it up. Oh, congratulations! That's amazing! I had no idea that was even out. Like, I knew people were talking about pre-ordering them, but for some reason I figured that was for, like, next year. That's great. I'm doing good. I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little teeny bit sleepy. Had no idea it was out either. I think it's worth trying out at least once as someone that never PvPs normally. Oh. I don't know if it's offering anything I'm looking for, because I don't know if I'm looking for anything. I think my gaming needs are met for the moment. Oh, I should have used my bounty. Not that it would have given me a super good PC. Well, I guess I don't need to do that, do I? I was gonna say, I want to do one more chat list and then I want to do some visions. I'm gonna kind of like back and forth between those two things so I don't get too burned out in any one thing. For visions, I want to grind tributes and currency, but mainly tributes. And I think for tributes, I may as well run full clears with like no masks, maybe one mask. Maybe 2, but like probably no more than that, because the point is just to kill bosses, kill elites, loot stuff to get those tributes leveled up, so that, because I kind of want to have those mostly leveled to maybe completely leveled before I start like working up to 5 and then maybe eventually 8 mask, is my logic currently. Seems reasonable. Oh, I have a vault. Yeah, you gotta pick up potions. I feel like I've been doing okay picking up potions. I'll have to check it out on my main when we get there. Here, we'll pick this up. And we'll pick this up. Can't be mad at Titan disc fragments. Oh, little C2222. Thank you very much for the 17-month resub. Appreciate it. Love Dove was a super fat white cat that loved to be on your lap, belly up, and purred super loud. Aww. Still dedicated to my 100% of Expedition 33, was consuming my gaming life. Nice. I have a guildie that's deep down that rabbit hole as well. They must be having a good time because I haven't heard from them in weeks. We've been doing keys lately and nowhere to be found. Okay. What's in her vault? Probably just like baby stuff. Maybe transmog. If we were lucky. We got 2 mounts out of Visions yesterday. I logged off before I could like mount up on them. I completely forgot about them. I got the Voidscarred Griffin and the Horsey. Nay. Yeah, at that point I think we just take these guys. It's one of those games that if it's your thing, it's just the best thing ever. Back on the keys. Yeah, we're doing 2 nights a week of key pushing. And now that we have kind of like greater corruptions plus a bunch of item level from like getting more gilded crests and whatnot, we're starting to get stronger again. I feel like we will be able to get 3k after all without me needing to become any smarter or better at this game. I think I can maintain my standard level of skill and just outgear it. That'll be great. I'm going to do a chat list in this character. That's the main reason I logged in. Soundtrack is outstanding. I bought the formal soundtrack, have been listening to it on walks. I totally don't have a problem. No, that's amazing. And I feel like 5 years from now, if you ever like hear any songs from that soundtrack like crop up again in a playlist or whatever, you're going to be reminded of like this time in your life when you first discovered and were obsessed with the game. It's going to be all, you know, inextricably linked. I just wanted an excuse to say inextricably. Chat list, please. Here we go. So this character, Scrap's easy. Hi. Casual cruising's easy. So that's 1, 2, and 2 races. We'll do that. We'll do some digging, 2 races, and some cans, and then she'll be a-okay. You want to come up here? You want to come sit in my lap? You were so cute. I know you were waiting for me to come home from yoga because my husband took a picture. You and Moose are both sitting by the door looking all cute. Okay, we pick out the rest of the weeklies. If we do them, we do them, but we'll start with digging. The digging for the chat list is really easy, especially if you have you buy like the Caja-Cola can that makes you dig faster or dig better. You don't even have to do sometimes like one whole dig and you'll get your chat list objective done. So we'll make sure we have some. I'm out right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start this. Hi, sweetie. And then maybe my guy can kill that, because I can't. The one thing is you can't pop the potion until you're out of combat. You can dig in combat, but you can't use the potion. Hi, hello, I exist, hello. I am also existing. We can exist together. Hi, Miss Kira. She did something so cute the other day. I don't remember if I told you guys about this. I feel like every time she like looks at the dog and doesn't kill him, I'm like, oh my god, they're in love. But the dog was like laying down on the floor, sleeping, and neither one of us was around. Like sometimes she's given the dog kind of affectionate head bumps, but it was when she was aiming for us and she just missed, because blind. So I never really wanted to count those as, oh my gosh, she definitely loves him, because, you know, if she was going for me and the dog was just in the way, because he tends to get right in the middle of anybody giving anybody affection. But she was, neither human was anywhere nearby, and she walked up to the dog and she sniffed him. She sniffed his paw, and then she gagged a little bit, so she definitely knew it was him. But then she started giving his like leg and shoulder and paw like big head bumps for like 3 minutes, like the whole business. She's decided that's her dog. He's allowed to stay. She wants to keep him. I'm so excited. He was so sweet. There was nobody else in range. It was definitely on purpose. You weren't drunk. You weren't high like that one time that you came home from the vet. You know, it was very, very sweet. I didn't think they would ever get there. I still haven't caught them cuddling or anything like that because I'm pretty sure she thinks he smells awful. I think he smells nice, but I'm biased. I'm obsessed with him. Hi. You're such a sweet girl. So now he'll like walk up to her and give her like baths and she'll just be like, yep, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks. That's good. That's enough. But I haven't seen her like hiss at him or swat at him in ages. Here's my list. So yeah, we already dug enough scrap. We could do 2 more of those for the sake of... We could do 2 more of those pretty easy for the sake of the weekly, but we don't have to. It would just be for 200 thingy doodles. And then I guess the chance at transmog. Scrap can drop transmog directly and I need all kinds of it. It's wonderful. It was so cute. It was so sweet. So I need now to do races. So we can do Racing World Quest. That'll work. And then we need to do Kajikans, and that'll be nice and easy. I am, I believe, 1/4 of the way towards my Chetmate achievement. Here, if we search part-timer, you get it. Because if you search Chetmate, it's mad at you for not spelling it correctly. Yeah, I'm 25 of 100. I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. I feel like that's pretty good. Especially now that I've started doing like seven of them a week again. That feels strong. At least for me. You know, there was a world in which I was never going to do this, so it's just nice to be committed to a project. I also figured out a really random IRL problem that I've been having. I finally figured out why it was happening to me and how I can generally at least prevent it from happening in the future. I had this weird thing where I would go to pump gas in my car. And I was fairly new to this because I learned to drive fairly late, and I learned to drive in Oregon, which is a full serve state. At least it was. So I didn't really pump my own gas until 2021 when I moved here. And then I drove so infrequently that I didn't need to do it very often. And fairly often, when I went to pump my own gas, I would start the transaction, I would start to pump the gas, but then the gas would stop, and it would be like, do you want your receipt? You're done. And I'm like, no, but I'd only... I got, like, a cup of gas. That's not gonna do. And then I would, like, start again, but I would use, like, a different card so that it didn't, like, lock out the first one for, like, repeated transactions. And this happened to me, like, more times than you'd think, to the point that I started to get a complex about, like, what's wrong with me? Why can I not even pump my own gas? Like, I was having a real crisis about it. Because it would happen pretty consistently, and it was always, like, a huge struggle for me to get through this. It would take me a couple transactions every time, and I was just, like, really upset about it. And I figured out, I don't know why it is that it, like, stops pumping in the first place. Maybe I'm just too tense and I'm squeezing it too much. But I figured out that if you just chill out a little bit, and when it stops, just let it go, and then slowly squeeze it again, it'll continue pumping in the same transaction. Don't believe it when it's like, you want your receipt. Don't believe it. It's not true. You don't have to take your receipt. You can keep going. I think it occurred to me because I was thinking about lawnmowers, and I was watching like a video of somebody explaining how to fill up like plastic gas cans at a gas station. And they were talking about how they often like will stop pumping because of the sensors. So you have to be a bit careful and a bit gentle with how you're squeezing so that you can still fill them up anyways. And it takes a couple of restarts sometimes. And I was like, wait, you could do that? The source of my struggles. So yesterday when it stopped pumping, I just kind of started it again. And then I thought, wow, I'm not dumb, but like... I feel like other people must get past that hurdle pretty quickly because no one thought to talk to me about it because I guess everybody else understands that when they're born. It's not obvious. Oh. Anyway, I'm just glad it's better now because there's, you know, I just want to feel like I vaguely can handle my life outside in the world on my own. Okay, so we did our 2 races, so that should be another one. And now we just need to get the rest of our Kaja cans. Easiest way to do that is to go to the Demolition Dome and just kind of do, not exactly laps, but like little half crescents. You could have asked us. I did. I had this conversation with Stream. I had it with my mom. I had it with my husband. He watched me pump gas. Like, I was getting troubleshooting in there. Yeah. I tried. We got there eventually. My dad would fill multiple gas cans for his boat and stuff. Maybe saw my parents restart it when I was younger, didn't question it. Yeah, it just, for some reason in my head, I figured if it stopped, then I wasn't allowed to restart again. I don't know why I thought that, but I had that as like an immutable truth in my brain. Anyway, happy to be sorted with that. So you have to get 50 of these, but like this is usually more or less enough. Let's see how we're doing. They respawn pretty quick too. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go turn this checklist in, and then I will do at least one vision to kind of warm up on my vision grinds. And I want to take a look and see where my tributes are, how much farther I have to go on them if I wanted to get them finished. And there was something else I wanted to look at. Oh, I wanted to do upgrades because I probably have more gilded crests. I got some extra gilded crests, I'm sure. On my priest last night when I did keys. My rating's up to 2,900. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy about that. Almost there. Yeah. I feel like I might... Well, I don't know. I'm having fun grinding these things as well. I might try triple threat. I might set up my paladin. Now that I've seen how easily we can... I guess we have like tons of gear, but now that I can see how easily we can handle like 12s, to the point that we're almost 2-chesting them sometimes, I feel like getting through 10s on an alt is not going to be impossible. It's not going to be unmanageable. Is this just a world quest? It's just a world quest. Oh, it's for rep. It's Thursday today. This one must have spawned late or something for it to be offering me rep. My Blackwater rep is coming along. I am at over halfway revered, 12.5k. I feel like you get about 1/3 of your revered bar for a week's worth of work out here. So I think that next week I'm going to be very close or finished with it. I think that's where we're going to be at. Big Fire, thank you very much for the 65-month resub. Appreciate it. Have not got around to do duo content. Got to get the 8 masks done first. Nice. Yeah, I totally get that. I will say that depending on what your definition of done with the duo content is going to be, it may not take you longer than about 15 minutes. It's time gated and it's pretty short. I would just make sure that you do the weekly quest. If nothing else, it doesn't take very long. I'm assuming they'll continue to be offered next week. Like you'll be able to catch up with the previous week's weekly quest, but I don't know that for a fact. This whole patch, I haven't felt like doing the new content on day one. You're exercising your agency. We done? I think we're done. I think I was just killing a rare just for a chance at Miscellaneous Mechanica, which is cute. That's hilarious that I think I would just get one to drop off a mob. Like some kind of a magician. Wow, there's a lot of garbage in here. Okay, checklist upstairs. Number 26. Good for Valor Stones anyway. Got a world drop that sells for 10k on average for 12 gold. Thank you to all the Hazel clones on my server. I have enough Mechanica to buy a pet, and I feel like maybe I should just so I feel like I made a tiny amount of progress. I feel like when this expansion ends, or maybe even when the patch ends, if I feel like I'm not going to be an Undermine anymore, when I feel like I'm done with Undermine for the foreseeable future, I'm just going to look at how much I have and see if I can afford anything, and probably just take what I can get and run. Nordrasil, thank you for the 11-month resub. Yeah, Mechanica farming. Mechanica farming's a joke. I feel like that's... I don't know. I'm sure some people are doing it, but like it's It's so unreasonable. Past Crocuzan, thank you for the 8-month resub. Welcome back. Alright, first things first. I want to do upgrades. Upgradies. Upgradery doodles. I'm 2905. I'm gonna do some more this week. We need a 12 Mechagon and Floodgate, and then we'll have all 12s done. And then we gotta start squeezing into some 13s to get some extra score. Any upgradey doodles? Oh, yeah. I mean, not like amazing ones, but let's do this. I need to craft a piece to put my armor band on. Maybe I'll get some bracers made. If I do that, I really shouldn't spend anything on the upgrade. Probably ought to get my ring sorted, though. Reverb radio is hard because I do wear it sometimes, but I don't wear it all the time. Because I also have, like, Signet, Ive Kazan, Moxie Jug. It's Trixie. I'll just do the ring. Oh. Never mind. It's free. I must have upgraded enough trinkets. Alright. I will take that. I took a Mythtrack cloak out of Vault, but I need to craft my embellish onto a different slot before I can wear it. Because that's fun. That's what you want. Anyway, I'm at level 673 now. Woohoo! Those farmers are made of something different. Cannot wait to see what you do with your player housing. What if we go hyper minimalist and it's just empty? Space. Negative space everywhere. Mechanica farming is the new world boss mount drop. Yeah. If anything, it's even worse because you can really ruin your life trying. With the world boss, you kill it once for your week, and then you're like, well, it either dropped or it didn't. And then I guess you can kind of ruin your life if you have like 100 characters and 2 accounts to run it on, but I feel like I go for this one. Just so I can, when I get my Paragon cash, pick it up in town. Nice and easy. And then I was gonna take a look in visions. Horrific visions. I want to keep, oh, you know what, I'll do it with at least one mask, right? For the trash that can spawn the nesting swarmite. I feel like that's 1 or 2 masks. Are you telling me I should pay for a second sub? Listen, I'd never tell you anything. Tuesday, I was trying to pick an instance mount to farm, ended up choosing Throne of the Four Winds. Got it on my first try, congratulations! Got 2 more mounts yesterday, Renhound from N'Zoth Assaults and the Maldraxxus Zone mount. Mount farming feels fun again. It's funny how that works when stuff like starts to drop and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. There is a reason to do this. World boss farming, I can at least read a book between spawns. So now that I have the research done, as I get displaced Mentos, I can save up. I was going to save up for the mount, I think, first. It's going to be 40,000, but we'll work on that. More masks would be good for it, but let's just have a little look at where our tributes are. How you doing, kitty cat? You wanna take a little nap? You can sleep here. Natalie, thank you very much for the 23-month resub. For almost 2 years, you have been my favorite streamer. Aww. Thank you. Void spawn in the Dark Star after setting up camping after about 10 minutes. Mentos per clear. You'll get more for here, I'll start by saying that I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know it's more if you do mask runs. Masks will give you a bonus to Mentos. I'm currently wearing Nemesis and Burned Bridge. I feel like that's good. Oh, and we're actually getting somewhere. We're pretty close on elites. And that's a really good one to do. Elite Extermination. Elite Extermination is the Sanity Restoration, so that's like your best one. I'm at 95% on Tribute of Vision Hunter, which is movement, speed, and haste stacking, so that one will probably finish really quickly. And then that one's coming along. These two are going to take longer. Bosses and then treasures, I think. So this is number 2, and that's just for bosses. And then this is for potions and stuff. I'm at 60... What does that say? That's so tiny. 60. 60. I need an eye appointment. It's unreasonable. I'm debating whether I should do it with 1 mask or 2 mask if I'm just farming Mentos. Or not Mentos, but tributes. I think 1 mask is going to be faster, but 2 masks is more Mentos. And I also need those. It's not hard. We'll do 2. I eventually want to work up to doing more and more. And I guess that's what I could do. I could do a run as 2 and then 3 and then 4, etc. to see if I can squeeze up to 5 would be like a nice break point. 8's obviously the ultimate goal, but one thing at a time. That's a blue potion, but I need to find out which potions are the bad potions. But in the meantime, we're at least getting progress. Bad potion is... Hold on. Loading. Purple. Okay, so we can have that blue one just fine. We have full research, which is great. Happy with that. Love Terrific Visions in BFS. I want to run them again. The vessels were expensive. This will be your favorite thing then. It's Horrific Visions, but you don't have to pay an entry fee. You can just do them as much as you want. It's great. Purple bad. You know why? Because they eat people. Because it's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. You gotta remember these things however you can. But yeah, I think before I was kind of doing like 0 to 1 mask, and then I tried jumping straight to 5. And I think that stressed me out. I think I would like to maybe play a slightly smoother progression curve by just adding 1 mask at a time. So maybe that's what I'll do. We're starting with 2. I'm going to check and see. It looks like I can go in that building for a buff, so I'll do that. We'll be a bit thorough here. A big part, I think, of getting higher mask runs is just getting quite familiar with all the mechanics. So you're prepared to like move in and out of things as you need to, so you can avoid taking extra sanity damage, because it's going to be a real problem when you have Daredevil on to be eating mechanics. Purple bad, because purple people eater. Blue, or black is sanity. It'll still be here, don't worry. Yeah. Some kind of a benefit there. Okay, I think I'm going to do my standard order. That's the horseshoe. It's funny that that's still there even after you get your mount. I also don't know about you guys, but I don't often choose to mount up in these. You can. It would probably be good. Good idea. And then there's green. I'm at 37k mementos. Can't get the energy to get up 3k more for the mount. Oh, man. I was going to say you're so close. It's like 1 more run, but then I thought 37k is a lot. I only have 6k, and that's from like my whole week's worth of runs since I got my upgrades. Oh, it's Hogger. Hello. I know you're supposed to stand in this. There we go. Must be pretty full on sanity if he's only giving me 67. I'm excited about getting the Elite Extermination one sorted. I think that's going to be the most important one that I'll need for pushing masks. Because I would like to do... What do I want to do? I guess I just want to get... Why do I want to do 8 masks? You get a title, right? You get like the Mad. It would be nice with my insane title. I say as though I can wear 2 of them once. You can't. It would be cool though. It would be great. You can just pop it on whenever people start dying a little bit too much in a dungeon. Uh-oh. She's mad. Nah, I don't think the visions are going away either. Nothing's indicated that they're limited time to me. That one's purple. We don't touch. That one is free sanity, which honestly I kind of don't need yet. This guy never gets over it. I did get a couple more engineering pieces to put together some stuff for the death cycle. I didn't get the button made or anything, but... Here, we'll do trash. Nope. No Swarmite. Wish I could be the mad and the insane. Wouldn't it be neat if you could wear multiple titles, like mix and match them? That's purple. That's no good. Don't want it. Oh, kitty. Kitty's purring. She's so cute. So he does. Should pay attention because eventually I won't kill him before he does all his mechanics. There we go. Oh, and it's Hogger again. I don't really need that potion that's behind me. It's going to top up my sanity, but I think we're fine. Probably a good sign that we could safely add more masks for our next run. But I don't mind grinding them out a few times because I'm gonna need the currency anyways. So we definitely want to be out of the Dark Smash. I struggle with Matthias a lot, but he's just kind of a hard boss. I understand now that I need to put my back to the eyes, but sometimes I have a difficult time positioning. I guess I need to just remember that I'm sort of tanking him and that I can move him because I'm tanking him. So if I need more space, I can scooch and then kind of backpedal a little bit. I should try that. Or try to think about that next time. Yeah, I think I'm not going to stress about going back for that potion because I'm pretty sure we're not going to need it. I want that Black Empire cash though. Salty boy the man. Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool if you could do like, because you're right, there's prefix and suffix titles, right? There's titles that go before your name and there's titles that go after. It would be neat if you could do something where you could wear both. Oh, there's another black one. Suppose we should loot them even if we don't need them just for the thingy. The tribute. Because I think those will be worth 150 as well once we kind of get there. Oh, we need this crystal. There's a potion, and then there's also our explosive. And I also don't want to get stunned by my own guy. Excuse me. Thank you. Wish I could have 2 titles. Might be a little wordy. Salty Inksy, the real deal. I'm sure I have other things that go before my name other than just Salty. That's just the one that I'm thinking of. Abominable. So he does like some kind of a frontal. He does the bombs, obviously. Let's watch him. So he drinks, and then I think he coughs. But we don't really need to worry about that. And now I'm going to remember in this next one what I forgot yesterday, which is that there's 2 keys. You have to do Armsmaster Terranson and that other dude. You can't just do one of them and then yell at Valeera. Or you're welcome to, but you're not going to get very far. Go for Countess and Sword of Rin. Oh. That sounds like a character from a fantasy novel. If you guys were gonna write a book, what kind of book would you write? If you had a book in you that you were gonna write, not to be like super successful or anything, but just to get it out of you. What's it about? Is it an autobiography? Is it a fantasy novel? Is it a textbook? Hi, Hugger. Easy fantasy. I've hit writer's block on 2 books for about 15 years now. Holy smokes. I started writing a short story like 3 years ago that I never finished. And I think I came to realize that I just needed to write in a journal instead. Whatever feelings I was trying to work out with that story, I just needed to have out in therapy. There was not going to be a satisfying end to it. Fantasy or a crime novel? Interesting question that I don't really know. What about a cookbook? Or you could do a guidebook, you know. Day's Guide to XYZ places in Montreal. Collection of random stories from my travels. What if it's a guidebook that talks about like different places for people to visit? in the city, and they're augmented by stories of the experiences you've had in those places. That would be fun. I like reference books, but I love it when the author has put personal anecdotes in them. Sucker for an anecdote. Research paper. Mm-hmm. Never got myself to write much, but I almost attempted to write a fan fiction. Can't remember what ship it was, though. Those are fun. Alright. My old friend. Matthias Shaw. What if he's the mad because I just never bring him a coffee? He's just waiting for someone to pick him up a latte, and everyone just keeps showing up and bonking him on the head instead, and I would be mad too. You know, it's understandable. So let's walk him this way and then back. It's hard to backpedal when you have burned bridge, though, I won't lie. Also, when the man insists on vanishing, when you, man insists on vanishing right when you popped your void eruption. That's a little bit clever of him. I have enough sanity overhead by far to manage this, like, badly. But I want to kind of try and do a good job of it just to practice, I guess. It's hard. Finally warm and summery here too, and I am very hyped to embrace the season. Tentative titles are The Vast Star Ocean and My Life as a Death Knight. I like it. Trying 8 masks and Hogger just destroys me when he spawns. Is he super mean on the higher masks? I haven't done anything too scary yet. I've been grinding. Right now, I'm just happy to see the guy. Where do you think he gets his armor from? It looks like he bought it. It doesn't look like he made it. It looks like he bought it. Do gnolls have armor crafters, or do they... I guess they could steal it from people, but it fits great. Trade district. Don't forget where the door is. Gonna be 90 Fahrenheit today. I'm gonna be grumpy. Oh man, that is toasty. That's no good. I like getting weather reports from my friends when I hang out with them in Discord. I like finding, because they live in like different places in the world, or in the States, and I like hearing about what their weather's like because it's so different from what I have here. Paints a little picture of what life is like behind the other screens in the dungeon party. Texas sounds hot. Finally, very warm on Long Island, New York. Being an elf kind of has its advantages because you can skip a ton of mobs and shadow meld. Okay, I need to kick that. Can I fear it? I cannot. So that is going to take some sanity from me then. I want to make sure any potions that we see that are not purple we are drinking. There's one. Sometimes kind of turning your camera can show you some that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. They do like to tuck them in behind things. Kitty, you're so cute. She's giving my tummy a little hug. Love hearing about other local differences from friends living in various areas. Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. Trying so desperately to move to Texas to no longer deal with snow and cold weather. Yeah, I may end up finding out how I deal with harsher winters. Not like much harsher winters. I'm not moving to the Yukon or anything, but harsher than Victoria, BC. Which is everywhere in Canada, because this is about as good as it gets. Oh, you find a house? Not yet. I'm working on it. I saw a bunch of them yesterday. Oh, I'm tired. I saw some big spiders. I saw a cat. I saw an eagle. I saw some falcons. I saw some raccoon poop. Saw some rat traps. Saw some active leaking. One of the houses that I actually liked quite a bit, so I was kind of being like, I could fix it, was like actively leaking. Like drip, drip, drip right in front of you. All of a sudden you turn into your worst instincts in relationships. I can fix it. It's not them, it's me. You can fix some things. That one leak probably could have been fixed. I think if worst case scenario, you just replace the toilet, which is not insanely difficult or expensive in the grand scheme of things. And then I don't know what you do about the other one. The other one was a tap. I feel like a leaky tap. Like if there's anywhere that's going to be dripping, it's not great, but at least it's going into a place that's designed to hold water. The question is, how long has it been leaking for? But yeah, trying to keep in mind things that can be changed and things that cannot be changed, and it's hard because like humans are not really all that rational. We are not as logical as we would like to think that we are. Every decision that you make and every impression that you have is going to be kind of tainted and like colored by like how you were feeling, and did this thing remind you of something that you had a good experience with in the past, and are you hungry, and like which house did you see right before it? Like it's maddeningly subjective for such a big decision with such a lot of money at stake. Just insanely subjective. I haven't really used any sanity. Huh. That's okay. We're heading into the mage quarter. We're probably gonna use some soon. If the house has spiders, is that a feature or a bug? I've noticed that if a house has been like heavily renovated or it's like a newer build and it's vacant, you'll see more spiders because they have less stuff to hide in if there's like no furniture in the house. And maybe it's good like bug hunting for them in a place like that. I've noticed that like you'll see spiders in every house. Or at least I see spiders in every house. But you'll see a lot more of them and like more interesting and bigger ones in completely vacant places. It's probably just a lack of shelter, but like good enough hunting that they're out there anyway. Elite restoring sanity. I do. Oh no, sorry, you're not. You're not talking to me. I have like the second rank of it. I get 100 sanity from elites. I'm trying to level up my tribute to get it to 150. This is 2. This is 2 masks for me right now. I'm going to try 3 with my next run. I have full research done. I have at least like rank 2 of each tribute. And I'm 673 as well, which doesn't hurt anybody. I hate this guy. Okay, that's not very nice. I feel a bit bad that I said that. It's not his fault. Oh, something really, really terrible happened to me this morning. I require sympathy. I don't require it, but like, it's appreciated. I like to brush my teeth before stream sometimes, and even if it's like really quick, I've got like 30 seconds left on the timer, I'll grab my toothbrush and just real quick brush my teeth. It helps me feel fresh and awake. Love doing that. And today, about 45 seconds before stream goes live, I grab my toothbrush and I notice there's kind of like a dark thing on it. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And as I move the toothbrush, it falls off and it was an earwig and it was on my toothbrush. And I didn't put it in my mouth, but I could have. And I'm very upset by that possible timeline. How rude. Big unhappy. Ask for sympathy and you shall receive. Ew. Yeah, so on my list of things to do today is to find myself at a store where I can purchase a new toothbrush because that one is now cursed. I don't care how clean it gets. I'm never using it again. It's done. It's time. I have not thought about that because it does me absolutely no benefit at all to think about that. It's like trying to imagine all of the bugs that got granted into your cereal. It's just an exercise in self-hate. You're not helping anybody. Your wig on Q-tip would have been more appropriate. For them to like hitch a ride to their desired location. Do I even want to know what an earwig is? Small, generally harmless, brown bugs with little pinchy pinchies on their butts and pinchy pinchies, or at least they feel like they have pinchy pinchies in their fronts. We get earwigs and silverfish here. They both love the bathroom. They love any place that's damp. Obviously you don't want your bathroom to be damp. You want to like ventilate it. And we do, but even with the finest of care, I feel like you're still going to get a few, especially depending on your location and stuff. Just a travel thing you put over the top. I mean, I'm 32 years old. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. If it happens again, I'm definitely checking from now on. And if it happens again, then yes, I will purchase some kind of a solution. But oh, it's Hogger. Hi, buddy. I think I walked past my entrance to the little thingy I needed to go into. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe it's down the hill here. Oopsie daisies. No, it's in that little alcove. Maybe I can run through a shop. Not that shop. Yeah, we can definitely handle more masks because we're at basically full sanity. And we haven't used any thingies. Love pinchy pinchies. Yeah. We learned that there's a thing called a pseudo scorpion or like a false scorpion that we have here. Obviously we don't have real scorpions because I don't live in Arizona. But they don't have the sting on the back, but they have a little pinchy in the front and they're quite small. They're like little buggies. We decided that that's what we saw at our Airbnb. It wasn't a tick, it was a false scorpion. I never thought of Fancris as an earwig, but you're totally right. That's pretty much the vibe. Man, it was yucky. Hello, Magister Umbric. I'm saving my kick. I'm saving my kick for polymorph. I'm not going to use it on entropic missiles. I'm just going to eat these. I should have re-upped my dots. Do we have lead and foot? I think we do. And then that one I'm going to eat. There's nothing I can do about it. My kick's too short. Or too long. If we hadn't dead by then. But it still didn't hurt us that bad. So I'm going to remember to turn in... I didn't pick up very many of them, but I'm still going to turn in my crystals. I don't know where they are in the bags, but... And the crystals turn in to a guy who's in, like, that building, I think. Oh, there's another potion down there. Hello. I have 2. That's it. I know you can get more than 2, but 2 is what I have for you. Oh, hang on. Don't leave. He's gonna leave a chest. Oopsies. Pick up my 45 Mentos. I don't know if that's worth it. Probably not. Good for progress though. It's nice of the eye to kind of jump behind me here. Save my kick just for that. Nice. Easy. Hi, Buggy. How you doing today? Oh, yep. Oi. That was exciting. Good. I'm good too. I'm feeling nice and loosey-goosey. I actually saw a goose recently and I decided that her name was Lucy. I didn't get her confirmation on it, but she went Hong Kong. More visions. Yeah! I'm farming currency and I'm trying to get my tributes up, but also I'm gonna do one mass progressively each time to sort of find my my limit. I want to find my edge of what's comfy for me and what's actually a struggle. 2 was reasonable, so we'll add a third one. I have now 8,700. We're saving up 40k for the mount. I got somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 for that run. Maybe 2,500? I need to pop another one of these. So spendy. Maybe some food. But that was good. It was a good warm up. We'll do 3 masks. Let's get some food eated. What do you have to do to unlock the different vendor items? Yes. They'll say when you mouse over them what they want you to do. At least one of them, the one that makes all the champion gear drop is Warbound, it wants you to do a 5 mask full clear, I'm pretty sure. But when you mouse over them, it should tell you what it wants. Okay, so I have Burned Bridge and Nemesis. I need to pick up one more. Long Night I feel like is hard. What does Vengeance do? Vengeance is, killing enemies bolsters nearby ally damage. That's, I feel like, possible. Daredevil's extra sanity damage from mechanics. Dark Imagination is... Ooh, let's do Dark Imagination. I'm going to take off Vengeance. And I'll do Dark Imagination. That'll be my 3 run. Dark Imagination seems fine. That seems reasonable. Multitudes is extra trash. And Pained is... Here, I just want to check what it does. Pained is... Extra madnesses. Okay. Interesting. All right. So let's try 3. Because each mask also adds like 25% damage, enemy damage, and enemy health. So at a certain point, things are going to start to hurt. I did finish up the Hourglass Talent Tree. Started playing Classic as a warrior, and I don't like tanking all the time. I'm everyone's tank. So the new thing is if we are below 50% sanity, we're going to summon extra creatures. If we're above 50% sanity, everything's howdy doody. Which color is bad here? That looks blue to me. Blue. Alright, blue bad. Imagine something blue doing something bad. Terrible crime by a smurf. Awful show by Blue Man Group, that kind of thing. I don't know. I kind of liked Blue Man Group. I thought it was fun. That's directional, I'm pretty sure. This room is open, so we can kill Augustus Mullane. This should be our first 3 mask. Bloomer Group was awesome. Never saw them live though. I feel like I saw them once, but I couldn't for the life of you tell you when or how. I hope it wasn't just like on TV as a kid, because that would be kind of disappointing. I think it was better than that. But maybe not. I certainly didn't travel or see very many shows. I know I've seen Cirque du Soleil live a couple times. At least once. I feel like at least twice. That's always a fun show. I'm a bit mad that I missed them. They were in Victoria and I didn't see it. They have an ice show. My sister went and saw it. But I'm kind of saving my money. I was watching some Cirque du Soleil acts on YouTube that they have uploaded, and that's always very impressive. They have some really incredible athletes. Well, you try to do 8 rasks on your priest. Unless something feels like a bad idea on my priest. I think I'll try to my priest first. Based on how Underpin went? Darkpin. Based on how Underpin went, I think I'll probably try it on priest and end up being comfiest here. I may end up doing it. I don't know if I'm going to solo 8 mask. I may end up doing 8 mask with Flabby eventually. Once I've kind of gotten my... So that's blue, which is... We're going to skip blue. Did see them live once. They were the closing night act from Montreal Jazz Festival. Unreal. Fully outdoor show. Nice. No, I don't want to do that yet, because it's gonna top up my sanity, and I don't need that just yet. This guy. He doesn't even get a nameplate for some reason. Now he gets a nameplate. Did I not loot this? I meant to. Is there something that you get for 8 mask solo that you don't get for 8 mask in a group? Kind of like how Underpin works. The title? Is that only for solo? Interesting. I know that's how it is for Underpin. I need to start practicing for when I have to put on Daredevil. I feel like that's going to be a really late mask for me to add, because I'm so unconfident about dodging mechanics. And I should be a little bit more confident. I'm doing fine. The only things that I think I'm really consistently eating are things that are not avoidable for me based on like interrupts. Yeah, so the masks function kind of like a key level almost, in that they'll rank up your difficulty. They'll add health and damage to the enemies, but they will also add their own effect or their own affix, sort of, that is separate from the madnesses that you fight. Except for one mask that quite literally adds extra madnesses. So one of them would make you take extra sanity damage from mechanics. One of them just reduces your maximum sanity. That's the first one you unlock, which is kind of mean. I have 3 of them on right now. So the purple trail behind me is from my Mask of the Burned Bridge. This kills until Nemesis spawn up top is from the Nemesis mask. That's a really good mask to have, because killing those elites, whenever you see Hogger spawn, that's what's going on. Killing Hogger gives me 20, or gives me 100 sanity, and when I get my tribute leveled, it'll be 150 sanity, so it's actually like a huge benefit. I guess I must have it leveled, because that guy just gave me 140, so I think I must have that done now. That's Nemesis mask, and then I'm also currently using one called Dark Imagination, which is going to give me extra adds if I get below half sanity, so I'm just kind of banking on not getting below half sanity. How do you make your interface text have a defined outline / shadow? Mine looks blurry. My interface text. Like in my WoW menus? It might be a resolution thing. I play natively at 4K. Oh look, I dodged his frontal. I do have some add-ons that modify my interface, but not many that are shown here. New mount for doing an 8 mask run? Oh, maybe, yeah. Like a Mindworm or something, right? Like the Ny'alotha Mindworm. Outlines on your keybinds. Yeah, I don't know if it's an add-on or if it's just a resolution thing. I don't think I have... Like, my bars are default UI. Plater obviously is Plater. I definitely have, like, a font set up in Plater for that. But this stuff is all default UI, so that leads me to think that maybe it's just a default setting somewhere or something to do with how my resolution's handled. Or my UI scale even. I wonder if it changes if it's scaled up or down. So I need to get the key from Terrence into the right. Yeah, I play natively at 4K. The stream is downscaled to 1080, but it's 4K on. I'm using a 4K monitor and I'm running it at 4K here. Talker. He'll kind of top me up a little bit. Do you think people ever even drink the bad potions that damage your sanity just to get the extra potion drunk for the tribute? Because they have so much sanity to spare that they can afford it. They just drink everything. Can confirm people do that. Yeah, after this run, I can pull open my interface settings to see if there's anything I've done to it, but it would be something in the default UI settings, I think. Gherkin Slice, thank you very much for the 54-month resub. Makes me want a little bit of pickle. One of the potions is a sanity damage. It's the one that... It's the color that is next to the dead NPC early in your vision run. Unfortunately, none of them seem to get you drunk. What are you gonna do? Can't win them all. Tips for Umbric? It depends on your class a bit. I try to save interrupts for the polymorph. I run early towards his teleport spot, basically as soon as I can, as soon as he's gone. I don't wait for him to start doing anything, I just start booking it. If your leaden foot stack's too high and you're slow, just stop for a second and then keep going. Just pause for a moment to let your leaden foot fall off. When you're dodging the icicles that are coming at you, try to get behind one that's just past you, because you know another one's not going to be in that slot right away. And then, big damn. Hello? Thank you. So I didn't use my cooldown because I know he was going to vanish. This one's going to get me into such trouble later on. I was asking if people drink the minus sanity potion in order to progress their potion drinking tribute. There's like a power that you'll level up and you can check on your progress in the starting room of visions, and you get progress on it by looting crystals and potions, and it's kind of notoriously the slowest one to level, especially if people tend to miss potions. So I was wondering if anyone is like so determined to get that level that they'll even drink the one that harms them. Apparently they do. Not me though. Not that brave. When you stir something in a cup, do you swirl it clockwise or counterclockwise? You don't ever do one and then the other just to make waves and then spill? Clockwise, I think. Dude, clockwise, I was wondering how much variation there is. What if it's different below the equator? What if in like Australia, New Zealand, South America, it's people go the other way? I think I read once. Oh no, Blue Bad. Blue Man group. I think I read once about the swirl of like a toilet bowl flush being opposite down under, which is maybe what I'm thinking of. You know those books of facts that they give to shut children up? They're really sick of you asking why all the time, so they just get you an encyclopedia and they go, here. Please be quiet, I have to make dinner. There we go. I think I could clear a little trash before I pull that boss. Oh, that's the Coriolis effect. Oh, I didn't remember that name for it. Or maybe I never knew it. Is there a meaningful reason to counter the Coriolis effect when you are stirring like a coffee? Or at that point are we just having fun? Wondering if I'm not getting my oat milk in there properly, you know? Yeah, I used to use a weaker like that for the potion thing. I decided that as long as I remembered what the bad one was, that didn't really matter what the rest of them did, because I was just going to drink all of them anyway. Of course, you don't mess with nature! Listen, you start stirring that coffee the wrong way, and you're just gonna swirl yourself away. You're gonna open a wormhole. Bloop. That's what really happened to Amelia Earhart. Bad beverage stirring. Fold your arms in front of you. Which arm is on top? People will be left-legged or right-legged, and left-armed or right-armed, and sometimes those things are matching or independent, and sometimes they are matching or independent to whether you're right or left-handed. It's very normal to be asymmetrical in your body. My hip flexibility is wildly asymmetrical, to the point that I'm pretty sure I have some kind of a ghost living in my left hip that I need to see a priest about. Casper's in there and we gotta get him out. It's much more natural for me to cross my feet one over the other. And doing that repeatedly will actually cause your body to kind of misalign over time, because things will be stretchier or shorter depending on how you commonly sit and how much time you spend in different positions. Okay, that one's all done. Wahoo! Time for Mage Quarter. Because it makes scary, haunted, creaky sounds. So I'll be working on my hips, right? And there's lots of ways that you can do that. You can do figure four in various configurations, which is kind of where you cross one ankle over your knee so that you're sort of like in a four shape standing. You can do that. You can squat. You can do that in your back. You can do that while sitting. I do all of these things. You can also do pigeon, and I work on that every day. But the problem with, like, it's especially noticeable in pigeon. My body will put the stretch everywhere but my hip. Every other thing moves before my hip will release at all, to the point that it feels like I'm trying to catch a mouse with my hands. Like I notice that I'm moving in the wrong spot, so I put that one back, and then oh, my foot's coming out, I gotta put my foot back, and this thing's turning, that's not supposed to turn, put it back. Your knee's coming up, that's not supposed to, like, to the point that it's frustrating. Which is completely normal. It's not a problem, it's just a frustration I need to work with, and I need to just keep at it. Have you done the mounts in here yet? One or two of them yesterday. No luck on the nesting swarmite yet, although I don't think I'm consistently looting all the garbage. Problem with your sciatic nerve. I won't lie to you, I know people are always talking about their sciatic nerve. I have some idea that it's vaguely in your butt. I don't really know what it is or what it does. When somebody says they have sciatica, I say I'm sorry, and then I don't know what else to say. What do you do with the dumb eyeballs? Hang on, what do you do with the dumb eyeballs? I need more context. I wish I knew that much about my muscle tendencies. It's been a really interesting thing about yoga to like learn more about your own body and the feelings that you have in it. Because when I first started, I didn't know anything. Like, I would be asked to like move my leg up or down, and I would be like, huh? Or like to make a line or a shape, and I'm like, I can't tell. They're like, well, are your hips level with your shoulders? And I'm like, yes, no, I don't know. I can't see. There's no mirror, and you're supposed to just feel it. And it's really normal for us to be kind of locked off from our inner experience in our bodies. And that's one of the things that I really like about yoga, is that it helps train your interoception, which is a word I learned this week. Your awareness of the sensations inside of your body, which is useful for muscles, useful for exercise, because it can help you feel whether or not you're putting a stretch into the right place or if it's pulling something else out of whack. It can help with muscle isolation for things like weightlifting. But it's also really good for like personal work and therapy, because a lot of that, at least for me, learning to kind of manage emotions involves identifying them and feeling where they are and what they feel like and how do they change when you pay attention to them over time and what words would you attach to those. And it's normal, especially if you've been suppressing stuff for a long time, to be really numb. It's fine. It's a coping mechanism, but you can get a lot of benefit out of learning to kind of melt out that freeze and slowly like work into feeling what things feel like so that you can process them, because otherwise you're just going to stay a bit stuck, is what I've found from my own personal experience. I still don't know if I have my hips level with my shoulders, but I can feel it in my abs. That's a good start. Tum tum working real good. The eyeballs and the visions, you need to not look at them. You need to have your characters back to them, face away from the eyeballs. It's really annoying. It takes some kind of complicated positioning sometimes. Experience very common. Happy to hear about progress for you. It's nice to have sort of a place in which to work on it and not worry so much about like, oh my gosh, I'm broken, this thing doesn't work right, I can't tell what this is. And to just be like, this is normal, this happens to almost everybody. It's not a hurry to fix it, but if you work on this thing and you pay attention to this thing, and you keep doing that like 3 to 4 times a week, over time you're going to notice more things, and that'll kind of help you as you work on various pursuits. Eyeball positioning yoga is actually a thing as well. It's called your drishti, or your gaze. Where you are looking is a choreographed part in various asanas. Not every teacher, not every style of yoga will pay super specific attention to it, but there will be a specific gaze point. I think there's 5. I forget how many there are. But you'll be gazing specifically either like softly sort of down your nose, like kind of like a half closed downward thing. Sometimes you're looking at like your finger, shins, navel, that kind of thing. Behind you generally. And it can be useful to kind of stabilize you. And also there's some really interesting things I was reading about how looking in different places and like softening or sharpening your gaze affecting things like muscle tension and your nervous system. And like I can notice it sometimes if I'm able to like look in a certain direction and like soften my gaze a little bit and breathe really deeply, I can feel like a release right like underneath my occipital lobe, like sort of right in the brainstem. And that's really good. I like that one a lot. Did I do everything? I did everything. We're going to do this. Eye-opening how often people have trouble with motions in that new context, especially doing the same motion in ordinary life. Roundhouse kick being very similar to stepping over a low fence, yet the kick is confusing to beginners. Yeah, sometimes I'll get an instruction and I just won't understand. I need to, like, sometimes I have to see it demonstrated. Sometimes they just sound crazy. So I'm going to make sure that when I do reach him, I re-up my dots. So that I can... So that he's still ticking down while we're running back to him over here. Let my foot fall off. Run, run, run. I'm going to get behind this one. So that I have a space for a second, and then behind this one. And then right here. He's about to cast a Tainted Polymorph. Let him get kind of late in that, and then can kick it. And then he's all good. I've even got a Hogger to top me up here. Da, 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 da. Nice. 3 mass seems reasonable. 3 mass seems fine. Happy with this. Next month is going to be my 1-year yoga anniversary. Also, I don't remember if I picked up any crystals or not. I guess I can go talk to the guy and see if he wants anything. I must have picked up at least one. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing that you like. I mean, I guess you can celebrate whatever you want. But, I wonder if I'm going to be if I'm going to have any different expectations of myself, because I've been kind of using that, oh man, it's my rookie year, you know, I'm just happy to be here. And that's the right mindset to have, and I should really strive to keep that mindset. You always want to be a student. You always want to think of yourself as a beginner. But I may start expecting more of myself. The trick is to expect more or less of yourself based on your condition on a given day and being able to sort of feel into yourself and identify that condition, as opposed to being like, well, it's been a year. Upward Facing Hazel, let's go. I need to look up the name of that asana. I forget. I can't call it Upward Facing Hazel to actual people. They're going to laugh at me. You don't want a plateau? But why not? What's wrong with that? What's the trouble, you know? It depends on what you want, why you're there, what your goals are. If you want anything, you know? It's not exactly like weightlifting where you're trying to get like a PR. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still waiting for the point when I show up and they're like, you won! Everybody, she's won yoga. Hasn't happened yet, but any day now. Don't have any damage showing. Yeah, I've never felt it very useful to me. It's not really decision-making information. I'm not gonna see a crit and be like, oh man, I should change what I'm gonna do for my next global. So it's I want generally fewer distractions. Yoga sparring, defeat the final yoga boss. Legit might try that out. Drop a sanity orb and I wouldn't lose sanity until I killed the boss. Yeah, it's a good idea. Little cosmetic. Transmog, a couple pets. The parrot is new. Otherwise I would have had it already, so that's nice. One void scarred parrot for me. These pets must have been pretty easy to make. You take an existing pet and you slap an aura on it. Done. Copy paste. 865. Isn't yourself the final boss in yoga? What am I doing? Am I shopping? That was a 3 mask. We got 11k. We are getting more stuff. We're getting currency at a reasonable pace. That's nice. So next is to try a 4 mask, but I think I'm going to take like a short stream break and then maybe do a chat list to kind of like cool down a little bit before we go back in. BRB. This shirt's like super comfy, but it has like such a wide neck that I feel like maybe it's supposed to be a pajama shirt, and the seam doesn't sit quite flat, which kind of drives me nuts. But it's so comfy. Too comfy to not wear. I feel like I have like 3 to 5 shirts that like I really look forward to wearing, or I save them for a day where I feel like I really need it because they're like so comfy to wear. Hi Britt, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Hope your June's off to a good start. I just had the thought that we're halfway through the year, and then I thought I would put that thought back in the thought box. Not ready to look at that one yet. Youngsters now are a lot more rigid than before. Giving climbing lessons is hilarious, and before people started is so goofy. Being a beginner at probably any kind of physical pursuit is the hardest part, in my opinion. It's so hard because you have none of the practice, you have none of the experience, you have none of the flexibility, you have all of the fear, and you have all of, or at least I had all of this, like, voice in my head being like, everybody else has done this already, it's not hard, why are you having a hard time with it? Whereas everything else, it kind of makes more sense as to why it's taking so long to learn. But when you're new, you're just confused, and you're tired, and it hurts, and you're trying not to hurt yourself. Being new at stuff sucks. I hate being new at anything. I would much rather be like 6 months in and feel like I've kind of got the groove and I know where I'm going and what I'm doing or what I'm working on at least. I hate being new. That's probably a personal problem. The goal when you're new is not to die. So whenever I see somebody that is new, I always have like a ton of respect for them for showing up because I know how hard that is. This guy is gonna do a checklist. I went and visited my Boo Bear. I saw my dog on the couch. He's so cute. He sleeps so nicely. He looks like such an angel when he's sleeping. Alright, get a brand new list. Pretty sure I have the weeklies from last week, actually. It might not be a bad idea if he has it on his list to do some shipping, because we have Surge up right now. Oh yeah, my graphic settings. Gameplay. Let's see, graphics. This is where it's at. UI scale at 65%, 3840 by 2160. I keep VSync off. And then I keep these things pretty far down, to be honest with you. Just because I'm streaming and running the game on one graphics card. I'm trying not to stress her out too much. Okay, pick up any weeklies that we want. Must have been just the scrap one we finished last week. Grab a new chat list. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for reminding me. I had completely forgotten. Never be afraid to poke me like that if I've said I was going to do something. So we can do rares easy, races easy, and then yeah, we'll do shipping. Let's go do 10 shipping jobs. It'll take a sec, but oh, hang on, gotta be in the car. Gotta be in the car to ship. We'll get a weekly or two done for it, so it'll be good for crystals. See if we can get this a little faster this time. We should know where we're going. We're looking for a rug monster. Text problem might be something with resolution for sure. And full HD. Oh. Default UI to some extent. I do have add-ons. Plater is probably the most noticeable one that's going to modify my interface in the most situations. But this is default. Unit frames are default. Oh, I need to do that rare. Right over here. Downstairs in the pit. That's where you'll find rat spit. I have to report that after adding another character, I got my Void Kitty at 113 attempts. Congratulations! That's phenomenal and fantastic. It's fantastinomical. Work from home and it was glorious. Got a bit of work done, but mainly I was able to pet my cat while I did it. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. Every so often, the frame of the game is outside of the screen edges and I have to toggle windowed mode on and off to fix it. It's kind of annoying. I used to really nitpick my graphics settings and computer settings to like get the maximum performance out of my game. And nowadays, as long as something isn't like wildly broken, I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Someone will patch something. I'll turn it off and back on again tomorrow. Maybe. I have not tested one button assist on the PTR. I have not looked at it at all. I haven't made any videos in a bit. Something I would like to do. Oh, Slimesby has a hat. That's probably why his name's like that. He's fancy. He's also kind of winning. There we go. Have these a couple cooldowns. Oh yeah, I love packages. Nothing doing, just drive. Just drive. Nothing getting stuck, nothing to worry about. All good. Oh no. Oh dear. I'm a little unhappy with my decisions. There we go. That was the worst possible way to get there. Alright, what's next? Yeah. It's a bit weird. I do like the shipping and handling. I don't know why I said that like I was about to have a butt. I just like it. I feel like they have you do it the correct amount. There's a few things you can get from it. I don't feel like I'm done with it, but I also don't feel like I have to do it more than like one batch of jobs at a time. Maybe 10 was a bit much. They are fast, but I don't know. Maybe they could have asked for 7. I guess 10's just a nice round number. And then this way to the cove. So the next vision I'll do will be a 4 mask, right? Because I think I just did 3. I think I just did 3 and it was fine. I had Dark Imagination, Nemesis, and Burn Bridge. So the next one I'll probably add will be... Oh man, that's hard. I could add the extra Madnesses. And the main reason to do that would be to start practicing them without having as much other damage going on. Because those are going to be annoying. And there's going to be nothing to do but do them properly. So there may be some benefit to just practicing them by putting Mask of the Pained on earlier rather than later. I think Long Night and Daredevil are going to be kind of like maybe my last 2. I'm trying to think of what the other masks are. We're kind of trying to kill smugglers here. Not doing a very good job. Hazel, hello. How you doing? Happy Thursday. I'm in my Cataclassic era right now. Very nice. What are you playing? Oh, you got a Switch too this morning. That's awesome. That's the second one I've heard of today. What are you playing? Is it Mario Kart? Are you having fun? What's your official Corgany review? Tailgater troubles. Oh, no rare. Well, this road looks like they're up in the air, which is kind of a terrible place to be. Ah, they're up on the ledge. Do you plan to get a Switch 2 in Mario Kart? I do not. I will eventually seek out a Switch 2 sometime probably in the next 5 years. Probably if they release a new Animal Crossing game for it. I bet you that would talk me into it if I was in a financial position to spend that kind of, those kind of Canadian dollars on it. I'm not in a hurry to do it, though. Some Canadian dollars that I could get to keep. Some saying they'll make an OLED. May wait for that. Oh, that was for a world quest. That's why those were lit up. Not a Mario Kart fan? I like it well enough. I don't really need it, though. If it was in front of me and other people were like, let's play, I would play for an hour. I don't think I'm giving any money for it, though. Yeah, I'm playing Goblin Kart right now. Got up at 5:45, went to my local Walmart. They open at 6. Bought one, drove home. Seeing people camping out in front of Best Buy and standing hours in a line for something that took me 5 minutes. Yeah, it's smart. Barely played my Switch 1, not ready for Switch 2. I got some good mileage out of my Switch 1. Or I have, and I'm still getting good mileage out of it. A lot of my hours, though, are Stardew Valley, which is funny because I also have that for 2 other platforms as well. It wasn't something that needed to be on the Switch. It just happened to be on the Switch. I think I bought it on Switch first. I think that's what got me into Stardew Valley, was browsing games on the Switch store looking for something to play, and I was like, people are always telling me about this one. And then I'm sure I have some hours in Animal Crossing. Played a few Pokemon titles on Switch. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I would probably do it again. But I would also maybe like just replay through the ones that I have as opposed to buying a new one, because I don't know if it's been long enough since I've played them that I feel like it would be the same amount of fun to just replay either Sword and Shield or X and Y, whichever one it was that I had, than to get a brand new one. Love random indie games on Switch. Have no desire to get a Switch 2. $10 upgrades. They make you pay money to play your Switch 1 games on Switch 2? Because if true, that's mean. It's the same game. How many times do we have to buy the software? I don't want to, and I won't. Can't make me. I need to buy soap. I'm almost out of soap. I want to make soap, but I'm not in my soap making area yet. Nice. So, he's got his tip chest. He's done 2 things here. So he just needs to do 2 races, and then he will be done his list. Thinking about that too during the winter, but have also clearly not entered my soap making era. The thing that I'm waiting for is to have the storage space to store my soap making equipment. Because there's, especially if you're making soap in bulk, you might have like large bags of supplies, burners, molds, that kind of thing. And then the other thing is the disposable income to get into it, because acquiring all those things is definitely a little startup cost. It's not like an insanely expensive hobby or anything, but right now my budget is 0, so if I want to entertain myself, I can play the existing games that I have. I can go fishing. I can read a book. I've got no lack of entertainment. We're fine. Oh yeah, I need to do some races. That's right. Sounds like a wild hobby to have. My family makes soap, or they have done. My mom got into it when I was a kid, and she makes lovely soap. I was around that when I was growing up. We used to sell it at farmers markets. I don't know if I would sell my soap if I was to get into making soap, although that would be a great way to, I don't know, meet people. I remember it was a lot of hanging out under a tent and waiting. Part of me wonders if I could do superior soap marketing to sell my soap in a more effective manner, but then part of me is like, you don't know anything. Don't get all cocky now. Also, I have a job. I probably shouldn't be trying to get into bake soap. I'm looking for races to do. Let's do this one. Did stuff like that with friends of mine who were vendors at various conventions in the past. Yeah, it's kind of fun to have different people that come and by and hang out throughout the day to sort of help pass time and whatnot. Just a hobby, low stakes? Yeah, exactly. If nothing else, you have soap for yourself, and then if you make enough of it, you have soap to give people as gifts for, like, ever. We were making soap from scratch, so we weren't buying, like, soap that you then just melt and color and scent and reform. We were actually, like, using lye and oil and whatnot to, like, start from scratch, basically. Not that that's much harder or anything like that, but it's just, you'll get bigger batches, and it kind of pays to shop for those things in bulk. I tried the duo things in Dornegal. We did a few of them yesterday. I did the weekly quest. Aside from doing the weekly, I don't much see the point. Is this the heroic raid guide go? Oh, shucks. That. And then we'll do this guy piece too. Did only the main quest chain and Undermine. Haven't done anything else. How far behind am I? Yeah, it depends on what you want. You could be done. That could be it. If you want to collect anything, then I would start doing weeklies and world quests. It's kind of a choose your own adventure. There's a lot of stuff out here. You don't have to get any of it, but there's lots of neat things that you can work on if you like. I'm going to the top of this building. They are easy if you use the NPC helpers or go in with a group. They are hard if you try to solo them, especially if you try to solo them as a Shadow Priest. The duos, yeah. I think there's things you can do to make them harder. There's challenges you can get. You can eat food that gives you indigestion. That kind of thing. Slow down a little bit here. It's like Dragonflight. The world's your oyster. A lot easier. Yeah, just go in and do the default. Make sure you have the NPCs with you. They will be there by default. Just don't talk to the lady and tell them to go away. That's all. I did that by accident once because I just talk to people out of habit. Oh, if I do this, I could get 989 gold. 989 gold I get to keep. Happy. Feeling kind of noodly. I'm glad I got up to go to yoga today. I think I would have really regretted it if I hadn't gone, because if I didn't go today, I probably wouldn't go until next week. I don't know why I don't do Friday mornings. Habit, I suppose. Could do Friday mornings. Hazel's bags are so clean. That's really cute that you think that. Thanks. Need to hoarder out on. It's called getting rid of things without any care as to whether you'll need them again. Vendor at will. You should. Yeah, I might need a day to get an actual 8 hours of sleep, though. That might do me some good. I haven't had one in a little while. I'm running a tiny bit of a sleep debt. Yeah, there's a 5 mask run on my Destro lock. Time to start pushing to 8. Nice. After this, because I've gotten sidetracked by the promise of 989 gold, I'm going to get on my priest. I'm going to try 4 masks and see how that feels. I have to decide which is going to be mask 4. Might do Daredevil. Like, I'm not thrilled about it, but it might be an idea. I'll take a look at what the options are. To just make me really respect those mechanics, because we're going to have to. So having a little extra reinforcement on that wouldn't hurt, I don't think. Blackwater free trials. Any yellow dots on my map? Hello? Blackwater free trails? Oh, they're not marked. There's one. I like to wear the title The Mad for 8 mask missions. The insane but shorter. Do you like the dumpsters from Mechanica? I feel like I just drove right past it. Haley, I'm sorry. I've never got one from those, so I feel like I don't believe in them. Here, it's back this way. I'll go back for it. You can, it's just rare. Are there any of the famous goblin calendars? I don't know. I imagine there wouldn't be, right? That's just a trash can. It seems like the kind of thing they got away from just on optics. Is this the dumpster? Yeah. Dumpster. Wah wah. Worth a try. Let's go turn in our checklist. Lots of Valor Stones. That's nice. He's almost capped again. Maybe he can upgrade some more gear. Yeah, got some resonance crystals from doing it too. Not bad. Currently farming Mechanica. It's a rough grind. What's your progress like now? And also, what are you, if you don't mind, you don't have to share. But if you don't mind sharing, what are you doing to work on it now? Is there a particular activity you're focusing on? Also, don't mind me. I'm lost. I was looking to go back. Home. This is not home. Rares for now. All of them? Summoned rares? Elite rares? Some subset of the 3? I guess all of them encompasses the first 2. Okay, upgrades. See if you can spend any juice. Would have gotten some crystals from stuff. It's nice being able to actually dump Valor Stones into something and not just feel like I'm overcapping them all the time. Officially out of those. Nice. Elite rares and dumpsters is the main grind. Almost at my first Paragon cache. Very excited to see how it'll all go. Those are steam boil mounting systems and I'm sad about it. Ah, he's 640. Maybe that'll help him out. How is everyone today? Hello, Nanny. I'm doing well. I am good. I'm a little sleepy, but like in a good way. I'm happy with what I've been doing. I'm gonna do 4 masks. We'll pick out a 4th one and try it. I think it'll be fine. Might just take a little bit more attention than the first 3. I have not got any Paragon caches. I've been moving on to the next cartel to get them to Exalted. I want them all at Exalted first, and then I'll go back and I'll start working on Paragons. I have a battery. I'll put the ones that I have in. I have an exhaust. I have 1 wheel. They don't want that. I'm gonna need additional wheels. $113. Yeah, that's what all the things was telling me. Thought it sounded kind of mean. I'm still at 4. I feel like I've never gotten one from the Elite Rares. Maybe I've gotten a bit unlucky there. Okay, so this one's finished, and this one is finished. So I have full benefit from elites. I have full Vision Hunter. It's just doing potions, and then this one is bosses when there's no real way to hurry that up. So I currently have Burn Bridge, Dark Imagination, and Nemesis on. I'm happy with those. We can add... Remind me what Vengeance does? Vengeance is basically like bolstering. I'm going to take Vengeance off for the moment. I think it's fine. I think it's a good master run. I'm going to try Daredevil, which I think is harder, just because I need to start respecting it. Sanity damage from creatures by 400%, so things are going to get a little toasty. Some of it is unavoidable for me because I only have a one kick on a quite long cooldown. 45 seconds. I wonder if I can talent it to be shorter. Let me see. Yeah, I can reduce the cooldown by 15 seconds. That's probably worth doing. What shall I give up here? I don't know. Do I need Echoing Void? What about this one? What does that do? 20% damage in Devouring Plague. Causes your pain and touch deal damage faster for 3 seconds. Screams of the Void. I feel like that's probably less good than Echoing Void. I'm going to drop that for Silence duration. See if that helps me. Alright, have at it. Cowabunga. Oh, I didn't use a weapon oil. Do I have time? Maybe. What? There we go. Alright, let's go find our bad potion. And bear in mind, what sort of things cause sanity damage? Blue? Looks blue. Looks blue. This one's open. This is my first 4 mask. I think we can do 5 today. Need gear stuck on mask 2. Yeah, getting the research helped. Gear, I'm sure, is always useful. I have a decent item level. I'm at 673. Oh, blue. That's a trap. Tribute's helpful, for sure. I think it's good to be a gnome. Just makes you feel good. Yeah, 630, you'll have lots of upgrades you can get from lots of stuff. Here's Honker. Oh, it was 125 because I was almost full. I was like, why? You're cheating me. I am owed 150. It's almost full. 8 masks, I feel like it's going to be really challenging when we do eventually work our way up there. can't see over walls. So we're gonna kind of put off fighting that elite until we need him a little bit more. This guy has a mechanic that's gonna do sanity damage, so I want to be a bit careful with him. I think it's just the smash. You just don't want to be stuck in that. Used to being a night elf, taller than humans. I feel like, yes! I think that's the mount. I think we're gonna get the mount. That's so lucky. I haven't even been grinding it that long. That's so lucky. I feel like people have opened like 150 of those, and I can't have done more than 15. Haha! Lovely. Okay, let's do Forge Guard. Out of the Dark Smash. Oh, there's Hogger. Hello, buddy. New mailbox puncher? Something like that, yeah. You got yours after 4? Nice. I've heard of people taking like 110 plus, but anything that's RNG is going to have some people get really unlucky. I'm just excited whenever it's not me. Win some, lose some. We won that one for sure. After this run, we'll have to take a look at it. Am I happy with how I've done here? Yeah. I'm doing a lot of backtracking, but that's fine. The sanity drain over time is not super meaningful yet. Oh, I forgot this one. I thought I was up here. Blue bad. Okay, boss time. One nice thing about doing these Span Visions is it's actually giving me my Titan Disc weekly progress. I'm happy about that. I like doing that one. Gives me a bunch of resonance crystals and sometimes quite a bit of gold too. Oh, there's a treasure up there. I want it. And Stormwind, the person is in kind of... So if you're facing the cathedral, it's a building on your right. Sort of near the Dwarven district, but you go inside a building from in the cathedral district. Oh, so that did hurt a lot because I got tagged by that. So be careful. I think we're still at a net positive though. I think Bran's voice lines have been burned in my mind forevermore. Found a bit of gold! Yeah, it's nice that he's happy. Let's have a strategy in mind next time. Oh, I thought that Voidsguard Parrot was the thing that chases you, but it was not. Oh, fine. We're gonna get this lady. Just me, or does Hogger pack one hell of a wallop? I've heard that on higher masks, Hogger really starts to be dangerous. I haven't had trouble with him yet. He's gonna spawn in a sec here. One more kill, I think. Yeah, there he is. He hasn't been dangerous for me yet. But this is 4 mask. It's not 8 or anything. Is that blue? That's purple. And then that second one is blue, so we don't want that. I'm using Burn to Bridge, Daredevil, Dark Imagination, and Nemesis. I don't have Vengeance on yet. I think that would make Hogger much more dangerous. I'm kind of saving that one for later. I should be able to use my Insanity as... Insanity! I'm a Shadow Priest, gosh darn it. 5, going for 8 later. First time he popped us at 10 to 20% health. He killed me? Oh. Need to be careful making sure he doesn't spawn in the middle of a pack. Yeah. I haven't started paying attention yet to the count at the top, but I'm gonna have to at some point. Because things will start to hurt. I think I'm also gonna have to restock my health potions. So this is going to be a bit hard on the sanity because I'm going to take some from the eyes and it's going to do 4 times more. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I always do it. I do a thing where I use my Void Eruption and it's a bad time to do it. Bad time to do it because Matthias is about to disappear. Nice. Okay. That did do some damn. That took me down to 60% for a second, which spawned a Figment because of my Dark Imagination. Alright, so now it's time for the Trade District. I'm not going to top up with an orb because I think I'll catch up. We're at 8 kills until Nemesis pack. We don't bother Craggle Wobbletop and he won't bother you. 4 kill for Hogger. Two kill. There's his enrage, and there's the sanity from him. And then that one's dead. Yeah, so we're at a sanity profit now. We're farming it back. I think the next place that's likely to be really dangerous is that big mob in front of the mage tower. That one does some to me, and I don't really know specifically what or why. Can I have it? Oh yeah. We kill it. very exciting. It's cage time. I always end up having to backtrack quite a bit when I do the cages because I'm never very good at finding them all or planning a very good route. Lots of backtracking for me. Melee seem to have a big advantage except for Illyria and the tower boss. Tower boss isn't much better for ranged because you can't hit him until you reach him. His cloud stops line of sight. Dot classes have a bit of an advantage. Like, I do well on him, or well enough, because my dots can still be running. But you can't just start wailing on him from the end, unfortunately. I wish. If anything, I think Melee would do well because they have enough interrupts to get his polymorph and his missiles. Or, well, more of them anyway. More than just one. Youngster Bear update. Little hoodlum. Torn down our bird feeder pole. Ran him off. Went to the neighbors to get their trash. That is trouble. Okay. Time for Mage Tower. I could see a world where we... I could totally see a world where we need to pop an orb in here somewhere, maybe midway, maybe before that mob that I really don't like. But we haven't used any yet, so it's kind of reasonable. There's Hogger. It's gonna hurt a little bit. I could see how that would be really bad for with the Nemesis mask on. Definitely got hit by something there. We're fine. YOLO. He is an elite, so he does give you a little bit of sanity back. Nemesis and Multitudes can be tough, but it also helps you refill your sanity pretty often because you get... Oh, because you get extra spawns of like Hogger or Gammon. That does make sense. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's kind of fun having this tribute and having Nemesis on because as like my sanity refills often faster than I can spend it, even now that we're in the 4. I think the 5 will start maybe holding a little bit more of a equilibrium, which will get harder if once we kind of start hanging out around half, because if I dip below half, that's when we're going to be dealing with extra ads. But you know, you just stay above half and everything's fine. That's him done. Every figment that spawns also counts. Oh, really? Those are elites? Oh, they count towards the 25. Okay, never mind. Misunderstood. I'm with you now. I misunderstood. I thought you meant the figments gave you the sanity back for being an elite, but I was just mishearing or misthinking. That would be overkill if those also counted, yeah. It's already kind of sick that Gammon and Hogger count. I feel like that's very strong. I don't remember that being a thing last time. I think it makes them easier than the first iteration. Entrance to the Mage Quarter with multitudes on spawns 2 Nemesis by itself for me. Ow, ow, I got stuck. I got stuck on a root. Yeah, Rexxar is gonna ruin my life, I'm sure. Hang on. I must drink. I must drink all the potions. I need them. I need them for my tribute. It's not as impactful of a tribute as some of them, but still not bad. I wonder if it powers up. I guess I don't know. If it powers up your other potion powers, or if it really just affects the one. I'm gonna try and kick the first entropic missiles. And we're running. Oh! Don't hit those. That's bad. Alright, come with me, sir. Luckily, we got our dots back up, so he's been ticking this whole time. That was the one point that I took that talent for, was to get that kick. Yeah, not bad. Happy with that. Gredford, thank you very, very much. Oh, it's a 3-month sub in advance. Wow, thanks. Pop an orb during Rexxar and he's easy, yeah. Helps me in a class with more hard stops. Oh, hey, Augur. So we will drop an orb in. Oh, no, hang on. We must turn in our crystals. I only found one. That was terrible. If you want to play a ranged and have casting while moving and no spell pushback, you just gotta play a hunter. That's what BM Hunter's for. But yeah, otherwise I agree. Ranged have so many more options for where to stand that you kind of have to make up for that somewhere. Doing a pretty terrible job of looking away from the eyes. There we go. I guess you can probably bait them to some extent. Uh I'm gonna hurt. She could just die of my dots. That would be awesome. Thank you. I'm playing Shadow Priest right now. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Oh, that was quite a few mementos. Oh, so this amount is on top of the mementos that you get from the boxes. That's nice. So like 1,000, 2,000, about 3,000 for that, I think. It was a 4-mask run. What time is it? 11:24? I think I know what I have to do next. Turn in my archive weekly. I'm curious to see how the tributes are coming along. Found Orc harder as well. Yeah, I think it is. Da-da-da-da-da. 1,600 gold, 900 resonance crystals. That's what we came for. I don't know if the extra kick helped me that much. It was a good idea, but I think we're gonna just pop the point back into Screams of the Void. If we can't kick something, we can't kick it. What are you gonna do? Need another little food buff here. We actually haven't died, so we haven't lost our food buff, even though it wasn't hardy. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, we're gonna cry about it. Kick harder. Oh, that's my go-to move. My plan A for most problems is to cry about it first. And then if it's still a problem by the time I'm done having a good cry, then I guess I'll think of a plan. Let's see. Oh, Clear Sight's almost done. I'm gonna get this finished today. I'm at 95%. That's excellent. Clear Sight. See and loot treasure chests in tainted and corrupted areas. Oh. I guess that's not going to really help us with 8-mass then. This one will, but this is, that's just damage done. We're a ways away from that one. So, for my next mask, not Long Night, maybe Vengeance, maybe Multitudes, maybe Pain. Let's do Multitudes. Let's do that. Pop that on. Extra trash. This is 5. We're trying a 5-mask run. I'm doing Burned Bridge, Daredevil, Dark Imagination, Multitudes, and Nemesis. Got my buffs up. In we go. Oh, more mobbies. Pull them up a little bit. This will be my first attempt at a solo 5-mask. I tried 5-mask with Flabby and actually failed it twice. I never succeeded. To be fair though, I was tired. Wasn't playing very well. I can tell this is going to be a little bit ouchier for sure. What color is our bad one? Black. Okay. Black is poison. That one's purple. We can have that. I wonder if the same guy's up this time. I don't even know what power he gives me. Ah! What was that? Make it tentacled or something? Maybe I stood in my own burned bridge or something. Something glittering back here. There's purple. I don't want to die to the trash in the first area. Oh, it's Hogger. Okay. Okay, he's dead. Our sanity's back. Everything's fine. My friend's in here. You think you're a Shadow Priest? I'm a Shadow Priest. Now that there's more casters, I might have actually been able to use that shorter kick. At least you don't have to loot trash. I feel like you used to have to loot the Mentos off of them. Uh-oh. There we go. Those explode. You don't have to kill those directly. Scary. That one's bait. Alright, so we're about to spawn Hogger. I think I'll kill these two and then spawn him. It won't be when I really need the sanity, but it'll be a fairly safe time to fight him. Okay. Off we go. That one's bait. What about this one? Blue. Yeah, you hand the crystals into an ethereal at the end for some extra mementos. It's helpful for leveling up like the potion hunter tribute. It's kind of, it's fine. It's a fine thing to do, but it's a little lackluster mementos wise. So if you haven't been doing it, I wouldn't stress about it. This is my first time running with multitudes. It's exciting. Multitudes plus Nemesis is gonna, or pardon me, Vengeance is gonna really suck. Hogger in 12. Oh, there's lots of them here. Oh, and I have done a mistake in that I did not have... I guess this is fine, actually. I was going to say I didn't have Shadow Crash up yet, and that's true, but it's also fine. That one's bait. And we're going to get Hogger here. This is really quite dangerous. I'm going to make sure we've killed at least the big guy. And then... there he is. Okay, lovely. That actually gave me a decent bump back of sanity. I actually needed it. Okay, so we can pull freely for a second. Potions, potions, potions. Green is sanity. Oh, I see what I got stunned by. Dangerous. I could very easily die here. I see how I died last time. I had different masks on, I'm pretty sure. But I can easily see how I can get myself into trouble. We're at 13 kills until Hogger. May as well deal with this dude. Maybe if I build his bike, he'll give it up. I doubt it, though. I think that potion starts to hurt quite bad. And I don't have to worry about the trash piles anymore because I got my mount. Haha. These guys suck. When there's extras of these, I hate them. Because I can't group them up to dot them all up normally. I have to cast on each one like a jump. Okay. Five mobs. One. See if we can kill these kind of together. Especially that guy. The weaponsmith for sure. Okay. Perfect. I can see how this is going to really be scary in the next zone. Old Town. I'm going to be a little unhappy. Is this my last one? It is. However, we do not need to worry about... We're still doing fine for sanity. Watch out for his frontal. Yeah, we're doing fine for sanity. Old Town's easier with Vengeance on. Valeria gets stacks too. Wipes out enemies for you. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh no, I don't have Vengeance on. Is there an equivalent in Orgrimmar where an NPC helps you? I guess it's Garona, isn't it? But she's in the easy zone, whereas Valeria's in the harder one. Do you get the troll with you in the Valley of Spirits? No, that's also an easy zone. Interesting. 9 mobs to Hogger. Got her key. This is going to be a Hogger spawn after this. So I just want to make sure we get that guy down. Perfect. My own void thing sometimes makes it hard to see the ground. A little spooky. I haven't looted any potions lately. Hello? Drinky? Mistakes. Okay, so Blear's up there. It's good to keep yourself pointed at mobs just because that Fire Breath does more damage than you think it does. Or certainly does more damage than I think it does. Oh, drinky drinky. Hogger and 6. One more pack, probably. Careful not to pull the guy. There's Hogger. He does smoke. I hate killing back-to-back elites because it feels like such a waste of the... Oh, I want that chest actually. That's gonna be good Mentos. Feels like a little bit of a waste of the sanity that you get for them, but what are you gonna do? The one with the Magcar lady. Not with Groan at all. Oh. Oh, I know who you mean. She's all like, my clan, they're dead, oh no! She has a voice line that says it very emphatically. She's like, they're dead! Which, for some twisted reason, makes me laugh. It's like every time she's finding it out for the very first time, she's getting the full emotional impact of that, and I run it like 3 times in a row, so every time she's just as upset by it. 16 mobs on Hogger. Do these 2 first. If I'm really smart, I'll remember where they are and pull them separate. Not really smart like that, though. I used my, I used my power infusion. Oh no, oh no. You kind of can't take too long, otherwise you're gonna get a bunch of eyes and it gets really, really hard. Especially when it's tough to backpedal because of them. There we go. Okay, that was actually alright. I don't think we've used a sanity restoration orb outside of the last boss all day. The voice set always shows up all late. We've got a Hogger coming up in 7. What do these tumors count? Should do. Oh yeah, they sure do. Never doubt. I'm a little concerned about 8 Mask because I've unlocked most of the power gains that I'm going to benefit from. And at a certain point, there's not going to be any more help for me. And I'm kind of going to have to just do it. Ooh, Ooh, I want a smaller pack. See if I can grab these two. Of course not. Because there's our Fred. Oh no, this is really dangerous. There's hoggers in this pack. That was exciting. I thought I could just get that pair. I pulled the ones behind them somehow. Did not want to do that. I think I haven't had a drinky in a while. There's a purple liquid. I didn't even have any good cooldowns up for that. I've been rolling them, which is good, but... This is gonna hurt. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just sanity we have to donate to the machine. But then he's dead. Hogger in 4. There it is. Okay. That one, I want to kick that one. And I want to avoid that stun. And I want to avoid that smash. I would say like paprika or chili powder. The pre-mixed chili powder is always good. You know, if you were like thinking to yourself, what should I season fish with? To put in like a fish burrito. Hard to go wrong with a little chili powder pan fry. You know, if anyone in the universe was wanting to know anyway. Haven't been able to get 8 mass solo yet. It seems hard. I'm not fully convinced I'm gonna be able to get this one, and this is just 5. Yeah, fish Rito. I wonder if we're ever gonna need... The sanity really doesn't seem to be a factor until bosses, and only for the end bosses of probably the last 2. And then I guess the 3rd boss. I guess you could just use 1 orb per. Just top up before, during, you know, like just drop it for the thing. Black was a trap. We're gonna get a hogger soon. There we go. 3, so we'll probably get him in the hallway. Quarter before the next quarter. Oh no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I thought I was done. I need to rescue 1 more captive. I'm sorry, friend. I didn't mean to leave you here. We're gonna get you out of there. It's my little gnome. His ears are the size of the earth. Finished a bunch of visions back in the day. Not sure if I'm up for more yet. 0% judgment from me. They're not changed very much. They are not meaningfully different from what they were last time. Perhaps I should have saved that to use it on Hogger. Okay. Did 8 Mass, don't know what we get from it. A title apparently. Should have the Mad. A lot of trash up here. If you do 8 Mass in both, there's a mount. Oh. That could probably be group 8 Mask. That would be interesting. Yeah, the Mind Worm. Oh, I see what you mean about just like a ton of trash for spawns. Did these explode or something? I'm coming back this way. I'm a little worried. I'm a little stress-oritoed. There's Hogger. Okay. Because I don't really want to go around that corner. Because there's stuff over there. I don't really understand the mechanic that's spawning the creepy crawlies. I've kind of forgotten how it works. Maybe there's something I have to kill. Or maybe they just constantly spawn. I almost remember there being some kind of a mechanic like that. They count. I almost have another Hogger. I'm gonna go this way. Alright. They just spawn from the portals. Okay. So we gotta go close some portals. Oh, it's terrible. You don't psychic scream me. I psychic scream you. Uh-oh, they did. Who do you think you are? My goodness, I don't like this quarter at all. This is going to be the main challenge, I think. I also left a noodle up. Unfortunately for him, it's lunchtime. I'm trying to fight these sort of on the edge a bit. Because I don't want to pull that big guy yet. We really are very much respectful of him. I'm going to save PI Void Torrent for him. This guy. And watch out for his frontal. Perfect. Lovely. Okay. Happy about that. Oh, I'm tense. And it was squeezing my foot arch. It's a new one. Oh, a treasure. Many Mentos? Some Mentos. Seven until Hogger. That potion's bait. Let's get this big guy. and his friends. Who are casting at me, which is very mean of them. How dare you. I want to get this 3. Okay, I need to be a bit careful. This looks good. Especially because I can kind of control when I want to do the tumors. At this difficulty, I can still, if I have like Void Torrent up, I can still kill him pretty fast. Does mean I don't have Void Torrent for this, but... That's portal 3 of 5. One in here. Hogger, not for a little bit. Mentos is faster than saying mementos or corrupted mementos or heaven forbid unstable corrupted mementos because Blizzard, come on. There's too many syllables. They're gonna have super califragilisticexpialidocious mementos next. Anti-disestablishmentarianism mementos. Everybody's favorite long word. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. I don't know if it's everyone's favorite word anymore, thematically. It's got a double negative in it. Ah! Interface! Please. We make it this far and we die to just opening our menus. Come. You're my friend. My friend has died. Trying to think of what I need to think of for this. Nothing in particular, really. I'm gonna eat those. Yeah, didn't mean to eat that. Didn't mean to eat that either. Well, this is gonna be exciting. Should have dropped the thingy. No, Hogger! I didn't count! I didn't count! I have failed to count! Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get polyed. Anti Hazel. Oh, I thought I had I really panicked because I thought I died there. I lost a couple globals because I thought I was in the afterlife. Okay. You ever have to drop an orb in the middle of your fight? Whoops, daisy. Thought you did too. Yeah. Should have just dropped one ahead of it. I don't know what I was saving it for. Christmas? That one was close. Almost got me. I'll drop an orb in Valera's room. Valera could still get me, don't get me wrong. She has every capability of getting me. I think I'll pop a damage pot. Although that does mean I don't have 2 health pots. Illyria, pardon me. Getting the Windrunners mixed up here. There we go. Did it. First 5 mask done. Why do we turn crystals into the ethereal? It's so that you can pick up... Hey, we got Symphony of the Masks. I can unlock the heroic weaponsmith weapons. You can get some extra crystals from the chest you spawns. You have to remember to pick the chest up, which I'm pretty sure I forgot. What are you gonna do? Yeah, not stressful at all. It was full eye. Gave me a hero track ring, also known as a resonant crystal. Or whatever they call these things these days. Refulgent crystal, pardon me. Yeah. Not too bad, not too good. About the appropriate level of challenge. 8's gonna suck. 8's gonna be so hard, I think. I'm not going to run another one, but I'll go in just to look at see where we're at with our tributes. Also, hang on. We can I'm pretty sure I can buy an item to like unlock the thingies. Yeah. So future champion items that drop will be warbound, so I can send them to my alts when I finish them things. So that's worth 2,000 thingies. Warbound purification kit. What else does he sell? He sells hero weapons, so I could buy those if I needed them. And there's transmog and whatnot. I'm still saving up my Mentos for... Saving them up for the mount! I am a little under halfway. I'm at 17.945k of 40. Well, you know, that'll happen eventually. I've probably done enough Stormwind ones for the week, though, maybe? Although Stormwind is easier. It's just extra helm and chance. Research is for sure done. That's all finished. Well, Visions thing intimidates me big time. That's what it did do. There's probably an easier combination of masks, but that one was not too bad. That one was okay. Hawker's a professional third partier. I felt like I was so good to that run, like keeping an eye on it and counting and like pulling small packs to spawn him at a good time, and then I completely forgot to spawn him before run break. Okay, so potions is done. The only one left is bosses, which is at 71%, and that'll just give me a little bit of extra damage done, but most of my power's in place now. Stormwind easier, but much longer. You know what we should do? I'm basically finished stream for today, but just before I run away here, I'm gonna show off my Swarmite mount that I got today. It dropped. Woo! Oh. Thanks for another great stream. Thanks for spending it with me. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna have options. Swarmite. We have somewhere we can mount here. Oh, hang on. I have to turn off arachnophobe mode. I don't think it's showing correctly. There it is. So the nesting Swarmite is the one that we just got from Visions, not to be confused with the Sky Hunter from Khazlogar Glyph Hunter, one of my first mounts that got this expansion. Or this one, which was actually quite different looking, isn't it? That one is Najka Het Vendor one. Glory of the Nerebar Raider is a Swarmite too, with a big old pokey on it. That's upsetting. No thank you. Glory of the not happening. If you plan to do 8 masks at some point, you'll get 40k Mentos quickly. I do want to do 8 masks, but I'm a little nervous about it because I think it's going to be really hard. And it feels bad to fail at it because you put all that effort into it and you didn't really get very many Mentos for not finishing. But that's, I guess, just kind of the game. Okay, finished for the day. Going to most likely be back tomorrow. If I do any last minute stream cancellations or adjustments, I will post about them in the Discord. We have a Squirrel Squad Discord. And then I also changed the stream title. So if you show up for stream and you're like, why is she not here? Check the stream title to see if I called out that way, because sometimes I will do that if I have like a last minute house showing, which sometimes does happen. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.